Grand Rising Soul Survivors. It's your sister from another Mr. LovelyFlyShy back with another video. Really quickly, I would like to give a shout out to all of the new subscribers. Thank you so much in advance for following me on this wonderful journey. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. Be sure to engage with your girl for engagement back. What you pour into me, baby, I'm gonna pour into you. This is reciprocal. So yeah, I want you to get comfortable because we're going to talk about an amazing topic. But before I get into that, I need to tell you all this concoction that I came up with. It's like freaking delicious. It's like my third cup. But anywho, so this is English time black tea with cinnamon, honey, and it's this coconut milk and almond milk coconut cream. It's like the dairy-free creamer. Starbucks too. Go ahead and get comfortable, you all, because we are going to talk about everything and all things Ascension and what that means for humanity. Stay tuned. Alrighty, you all. So in this segment, we're going to talk all things Ascension and what that means for humanity. You all may often hear me speak about that. If you were following me on Twitter, I tweet a lot about spiritual awakenings, spirituality, I guess you could say sacred, ancient knowledge. I share about all of, I kind of share and I'm into all of that. But in terms of, hold on, let me move this closer to me. Alrighty, so in terms of ascension though, spiritual ascension consists of returning to complete oneness with God. See, when we were born and since birth, it's like we have gone through so many different experiences in our lives that were sent our way to kind of hinder the process of our awakening. And we were fighting against this, I guess you could say the shadow government, the hidden enemy, the invisible enemy, in terms of reaching and unlocking and mastering, ourselves. And so this takes place when you just, you get attuned and connected with that I am consciousness, that Christ consciousness. And I know many of you may ask, well, what is Christ consciousness? Well, if we are made in the image of Christ, so the Bible says, then we have some of Christ's abilities, and we are made in the likeness and image of Christ. But a lot of that, again, has been suppressed. We weren't allowed to really tap into that side and really bask in that, instead of being taught the senseless jargon that we were taught in school. We should have been taught about who we really are. And I think that that would do a multitude of things for humanity. It takes place when you lose the desire for this material world, when you lose the desire to engage in what everyone else is engaging in, because you finally realize, it's like a light bulb has gone off within you, that you know what, I am here for something more. I am meant to be doing something more with my life other than what it is that I am doing. It is like a call that you receive. Similar to the calls that many of the chosen ones have received, such as the light workers, the indigos, the star seeds. You all, it's very important to look this stuff up. We weren't taught this. And then on the other hand, a lot of this information is deemed evil because it has been misconstrued and misperceived by those who do not want this knowledge and wisdom to be applied, and do not want, humanity to awaken to this knowledge as a collective, and as a whole. So random that car horn just went off around this time. It's always some type of interference, you know, but that's another part of it. You begin to connect the dots, and the signs and synchronicities are no longer just coincidence. You know, it just is. Okay, and I'm also going to share a picture. I'm going to share, it's going to be somewhere here, you all, but it's going to break down the 3D, 4D, and 5D states of consciousness. Okay, so I want to read to you all a quote by C.W. Leadbeater or Leadbeater. Sorry if I butchered his last name, but yes. So, well, excuse me. Before I read that, I want to actually share this with you all. So, there are 9 levels of spiritual development that begins on earth and can progress upward, you know, through. At the 5th level of initiation and beyond, souls have the opportunity to become members of the spiritual hierarchy. Okay, and so CW, according to his excerpt, he states, initiation is a process by which we may try to develop ourselves, not that we may become great and wise, but that we may have the power and knowledge to work for humanity to the best effort. So, you know, we don't want humanity to work for us. We want to be able to work for humanity. We want to, from the inside out, we want to manifest that serene, content, kind of like peace-filled life worth living. You know, we want to manifest it onto this physical plane. Okay, and according to Alice Bailey, she states, her concept of it is initiation is the process of undergoing an expansion toward higher levels of consciousness. So basically what this boils down to is spiritual ascension and the initiation process. Many of us have, you know, well underwent that process already. But it all ties in together. It all kind of is heading toward the same effect. And most of all, to me, what's most important and the most interesting throughout this journey is that you become your own personal alchemist and magician. And that is another aspect of it all that has been demonized by the powers that be, that only seek to brainwash and indoctrinate the minds of the unawakened and unevolved souls. You see, we learn how to transmute negative energy, memories, thoughts, emotions, and we learn how to transmute it into soul energy, which is awareness. You see, our biggest tool is awareness. You know, once we are aware of ourselves, and once we have unlocked levels of consciousness, you know, unknown to man in this present timeline, you know, to the outside world, like I said, it's definitely not going to be easy to grasp. You know, it could be very confusing, but it's also indicating a total separation from the ego. You know, our ego, when we operate from our ego, we are operating in fear-based energy. You see, ego is lack, competition, jealousy, envy, greed, scarcity, poverty kind of thinking. That's being entrapped in your ego. And you transition into this higher level of awareness and this higher level of consciousness, which has been converted from mind energy to soul energy. Which once you reach that level, then it's like, it's just never ending, you know. But in each season, you know, it will make sense as we ascend on to higher planes. But I definitely want to share with you all a good website to start. I'm going to drop them in my description box, so definitely check out my description box. But yes, you know, we learn how to alchemize, you know, our negative experiences and turn them into satisfactory and positive experiences. You know, we are capable by doing that with this. You see, yes, we have been oppressed. Yes, we have been indoctrinated. Yes, we have been brainwashed, you know, by these systems that have been set in place to keep us on this lower 3D dimension. You see, we operate from our 3 lower chakras when we should be operating from a higher state of awareness and consciousness. You see, when you are stuck in ego, you're stuck in competition, the need to be in competition with another. You're stuck on, you're money driven, you're materialism driven. You know, as you ascend spiritually, you completely rid and separate yourself from that, because you no longer are trapped in that system, that egoistic system, that program that is set in place to keep you in bondage mentally and spiritually. Because if 60% of these people on earth knew who they really were, they wouldn't look to anything outside of themselves to fulfill any type of voids that they may feel. So in closing, the spiritual ascension process truly is just conceptualized by, you know, a total return to your God self, a total reunion to your God self, and all and more in whom, you know, you were destined and you know, preordained to be in this time period. You see, as you ascend, you even begin to look at things such as time as illusionary, as you break down these systems that have kept you entrapped mentally for many of you since birth. All is a process. You know, appreciate your journey. You know, you're not going to learn everything in one day. That's one of the things that I had to remind myself. But I'm very grateful and thankful for the wealth of knowledge that I have attained. And in doing so, I'd like to spread the knowledge to those who seek to receive it, who wish to receive it. The choice is yours. But I just wanted to break down, you know, parts of the spiritual ascension aspects and, you know, what you can expect. But that was just really not even touching the tip of the iceberg. So if you all really enjoyed this video, and if you would like to hear more, you know, definitely engage with me and let me know that. Drop a comment down below and let me know if there's any content or, you know, any topics that you would like to, you know, see me do a video on. You know, this journey is not all about me, you all, because again, we are merely just reflections of each other. And that is one of the breakthrough moments and epiphanies I've had with this ascension process and awakening to my soul self, is the fact that, you know, what you do truly does affect me, and what I do affects you. So if I'm spreading love, if I'm spreading knowledge and wisdom and compassion and empathy and light and high vibrations, high frequencies, then ultimately that is what I'm going to receive back. Energy is real, you all. You know, energy is very, very real. And that is all a part of this awakening process as well, is coming into the realization of that. So check out ascensionglossary.com. I'm gonna drop a couple of more websites in the description box. But yeah, be sure to like if you haven't already, comment, subscribe if you just randomly click this video and you want to join the fam BM. I'd love to have you. Yes, I will. But yes, in closing, peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. Remember, it ain't over till it's over, and we steady rising, baby. We can't be stopped. Not at all. Not never. Peace and love.